here with Dr. Greg Carton and Jackson Court. Jackson, you've been helping Erica with her short game and putting, helping me with her, and Greg, we're just bringing you along to help transition it to the golf course. We're going to do some wedge work because one of the best sessions I thought we've had was when we'd gone up to see you at Atlantic Beach. Next day we went out, snuck out to TPC a little, and we're doing some, and our old buddy Luke Guthrie was there. But you were talking about how the swing didn't, like you'd make a great swing and you'd say it didn't feel like you could hit it as far. But then we got on the Launch Pro and you would find out that you hit it just as far. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of the thought that you played like that next week with, and you played pretty dang good. So I thought we'd do some more of that and then just talk about, because I think one of the things that we helped her with is how to navigate the holes, flighting wedge shots, hitting to, hitting to the appropriate side with your wedges and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and kind of go through your numbers, and Jackson, let's go through what you think here on our wedges as well. For me, it's still the same golf swing, right?
So this is just kind of a stock 54, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your number on that?
I think that one's 68. I'm trying to hit it like 78.
Okay.
Or that might have been miles.
74.8.
Oh, okay.
Can you putt?
She didn't have to putt that one.
Jingle bell.
How far did that one go?
80.
80 in the spin? Just over 10,000?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that what you're looking for?
On a flighted one like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a hard time when I'm trying to hit it higher, like if it's a front pin and I need to land it.
Okay, perfect.
Front,
Let's hit one more stock.
So let me ask you that.
Okay.
Why do you need to hit it much higher than that?
Okay, so situationally, right?
Yeah.
What situation would you need to hit one high and soft?
Like pins front left and there's a bunker front left.
And it's like downwind?
Yeah.
Right, where you can't really stop it with spin, and you kind of need to stop it more almost on descent angle, so you got to kind of hoist one up in the air.
Yeah.
Okay, so how would you do that?
I mean, I open the face a little bit.
Okay.
And
what else?
I think about finishing higher.
Okay. Ball position maybe?
No, I usually leave it the same.
Okay, so let's scoot ball forward.
Okay.
You can open the face a little bit.
Okay.
Even more. Come on, even more. There you go. And then that same motion you were talking about. So you can actually see that ball is like slower, right? So again, and even higher with
What was the spin number on that?
That one was like 92.
That's for sure softer there.
Now, do you think you can hit it that same distance, or is it going to have to be a little bit shorter?
Shorter.
Okay, so how far?
73.
73. So let's hit this like...
So about 6-7 paces shorter.
Okay, so 70 yard as high as you can.
Okay.
Really good. It's like there's this video that we talked about where Tiger's hitting wedges, and you can see based on how he finishes what shot he's hitting. Right, you can see his arms coming off of his body like high and slow into the finish, and the ball's kind of launching up high and soft. And then he's got one that's a little bit more aggressive and round and low, and that's kind of like the low one that chases to a back pin. And so if you think about it, like
What was the distance on that? It had to be around
73.
So then like with your pitch shots, right? What were we doing around the greens to help you with that high one too? Because you struggled with those as well.
Just opening the face a ton.
Okay. And then remember how the motion was a little bit bigger and slower?
Yes.
Okay. So this one might not go as far, but do that same feel.
Slower.
Where it's like a little bit bigger and slower swing. Same setup with the ball forward and the face open. Like that one to a front pin isn't going to chase out, but it's not going to go as far as that stock swing.
So I love that. I think that there's 3 ways to control yardages, right? Basically, you can choke up and down,
Yeah.
shorten the lever, you can shorten the length of the swing, or you can take speed off the pivot. And I think as you get to like the level she's at, tour players, they use a variety and a combo of all those to hit all your basic windows. I think for the recreational player, taking speed off is the hardest because most of them don't turn enough anyways, right? But I still think that's the hardest shot for a tour player to not pull, right, is the taking the distance. But I think for her, making a big turn with less speed would be great for her. And I think that'd be a great way for her to learn to hit soft shots around the green.
Yeah.
You know, not trying to do it as much with the face and speed and more with a big turn. I think that helps you in your golf swing. I always just look for anything you can do that bleeds through the rest of your golf swing. You know, make me a big nice turn, set up just like Jackson wants you. Big turn, but just not much speed. We don't even care. Try to hit this 50 yards with a full motion, but no speed. Had to be pretty close. 55.
58.
All right, so now hit it 45, big motion.
.42.
I just think the more you do that, I think it gets you more in command of your pivot, and I think you keep control of the face better. I think that'd be great for you, and I like those shots. I think they're also really useful around the golf course. Stuff you're gonna be playing bent grass
Yeah.
a few weeks, right?
Yep.
I mean, and if it's still 142 degrees everywhere, I mean, baked out. Those are pretty. Doc, for you,
Yeah.
any advice on how to practice this stuff, whether it's full swing or with the wedges to apply? Because I think one thing, I feel like, not tooting our own horn, but I feel like we've done, all three of us done some really good work on the golf course, and certainly there's been good success there.
Sure.
But I do think we could, if there was something that could help her take what we're doing in there and here and practice-wise to apply it to where you transferred a little bit better would help.
You can only do so much. You can't replicate competition on the range, but there's a simple rule of thumb, and that's you would never want to hit the same shot twice, right? So even here, you're calling out different yardages, and I really like that. So instead of saying, here's how you're going to hit a shot 50 yards, you're giving the yardage first and letting her figure out how to hit it that distance. And that's how you develop feel too. So you can call out different yardages, standing behind her, and she can figure out what it feels like to hit it those yardages, or different flights, same yardage, right? So that you want to hit every shot 75 yards, but you want to hit a high one, you want to hit a flighted one, all different kinds of ways to hit it, as long as you're not hitting the same shot twice. And now you're learning yourself too. Someone's not just telling you, this is the technique you use to hit a shot a certain distance. You give them the distance and let them figure it out.
And I also think too, like that would apply with her 7-iron or 6-iron, her driver, right? Like we could come out here with the Launch Pro and I could say, hey, I need you to hit it 160, but I need you to but it can't go longer than 166.
Exactly.
And I need it to be right of the flag.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what golf is. It's hitting it to an area and a yardage. And I think that when you just focus on your golf swing, you lose a little bit of that.
Sure. Well, when you're in the bay and you're hitting 7-iron after 7-iron, you're just looking to see how far it goes. You're not hitting it to a certain distance, right? And out here, now you can provide a distance for the student and say, hit it that far and see what they do.
Yeah, so it's great. This is great practice. So let's do 4 more balls.
Okay.
We're going to call out a yardage for you and maybe a trajectory, and then you figure out how to hit it. Okay? Aren't we good teachers? We don't even know to tell you what to do. We just Jackson, give her a yardage and a shot.
65. Can't go over it. And low.
See, I wouldn't have been that mean on the first one.
Oh,
How far?
70.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's how you start to develop feel.
Right. Good. Greg, give her a distance and a trajectory. You're the mental coach.
A high 80-yarder.
That was solid too. Smashed.
84.
84.
All right. You're getting closer.
Let's do 55. Full motion soft. High soft.
55.
55. Can't be short though. And can't go more than 65.
Oh,
What was that?
57.
You know what this is doing though is it feel a little uncomfortable with the directions? All right, you have to think a little bit more. You're not just raking a ball over and hitting it and hitting it and hitting it.
Just
Right?
great
You're hitting
practice.
each shot with intent. Whether you do it or not, it's replicating a little bit of the feeling you get in the golf course when you only have to hit one shot at a time.
And I also think that when you get in a tournament and then you get the 65-yard shot and it can't be short, at some point he is going to go, I mean, I did that. I mean, this is kind of what I did and I know what the results were, right? I feel like practice is like, you know, computers just have whatever we download into them, right? And the data, you know, it's the same thing. Practice is just giving you info that you can recall on, that you can pull out, you know, when you need it. One more, give her one more yardage. What are you laughing at? You surprised I said something intelligent?
Yes.
She's the one that says yes. Thank you, Erica.
68 low.
Okay.
Should be right on it.
So I would tell her from watching her, the low solid shot's probably her best shot, right? And I said, you learn that. So I mean, but that also tells you what you need to work on. But also kind of tells you where if you've got one where you get to pick what you do and you need to get it on and you need to hit it the right distance, it helps you also figure out what's the shot you go to. You know, I've always found when people do this, sometimes they find shots that they wouldn't normally try. They find that they're way better at, you know, because they just get in the habit of always hitting the same shot. But then all of a sudden they're like, well, heck, when I try to hit that, you know, it comes out better. So it was good. Awesome work, E.
Thank you.